The Eucharistic miracle of Montserrat, Spain, in the year 1657. And when he had taken some bread and given thanks, he broke it and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body which is given for you, do this in remembrance of me." Luke 22:19. In his Chronicles, Nueva Historia del Santuario y Monasterio de Nuestra Señora de Montserrat, or, New History of the Sanctuary and Monastery of Our Lady of Montserrat, the Benedictine monk Reverend Friar Francio de Paula Cruz Ellis, recalls the story of a young girl's faith in the saving power of the Holy Eucharist. In the year 1657, a 5-year-old girl and her widowed mother visited the monastery of Our Lady of Montserrat in Spain. At that time, Abbot Milan de Mirando and Father Bernardo de Ontiveros, general of the Benedictine order in Spain, were also present in the monastery to participate in ecclesial conferences. The young girl approached Abbot Milan, and with sincerity, pleaded him to offer 3 masses for the soul of her deceased father. She was certain and confident that the celebration of the holy sacrifice of the Mass would release her father from the purifying fires of purgatory. Despite her youth, she was spiritually mature with knowledge of God. The girl's love for her father and devotion to the Eucharist deeply touched the abbot. He was overcome with joy by the faith of the young girl and promised to grant her the wish. The next day, he celebrated Holy Mass on the main altar of the church. During the consecration, the general, Father Milan, asked the young girl if she saw her father. She said yes, and added, "He is kneeling at the foot of the main altar, surrounded by enormous flames of fire." Naturally, the general was skeptical because no one in the church saw anything. He wanted to know if the little girl was telling the truth and not hallucinating. He instructed her to place a handkerchief near the flames that engulfed her father. Following his instructions, the little girl placed the handkerchief in the mysterious fire that only she could see. At once the handkerchief was set ablaze with real living fire. The monks and all present at the church were terrified by this extraordinary event. The abbot began celebrating the second Mass with great devotion and reverence. At the time of the consecration, the general, Father Bernardo, asked the girl if she saw her dad and how he was dressed. The girl replied that her father was a step higher to the altar, next to the minister who served as a deacon and was wearing a very beautiful garment. Even though her father was still in purgatory, he was not harmed by its fire. The abbot finally celebrated the third Mass. At the rite of consecration, Father Bernardo asked the girl what she saw. She said that her father was dressed in a snow-white garment and looked very cheerful and happy. When the Holy Eucharist was about to end, the little girl began to shout, "Iksecca mi padre! Ahi esta mi padre ksevay sub al amen," that is, "Oh, my father! My father is going away and rising into the sky." Later, she said that her father was thankful to the community of monks for releasing him from the pains of purgatory, and for helping him enter heaven. The girl was very happy and grateful to the monks. The monastery of Montserrat is located in the center of Catalonia's most famous mountains, in the midst of a magnificent picturesque setting. It has its origins in the 9th century, when Count Gifra el Pelos donated the hermitage of Saint Maria to the Ripoll monastery. The Montserrat Abbey holds a shrine of the Black Madonna which is greatly revered in all of Catalonia. The statue of the Black Madonna was fashioned in Jerusalem and was given to the Bishop of Barcelona. In the 7th century, when the Muslims invaded Spain, the statue was hidden in Montserrat. Over the centuries, it was lost. It was rediscovered in the year 880 by some young shepherd boys, who saw a bright light coming down from the sky accompanied by a beautiful melody. Pope Leo XIII declared the Virgin Mary of Montserrat the patron saint of Catalonia. The abbey was ransacked and looted by Napoleon in 1811 and 1812. During the Spanish Civil War, many priests and nuns were murdered. However, the government of Catalonia was able to save the monastery from being destroyed. Many miracles are attributed to the Virgin of Montserrat. The abbey commemorated 1,000 years of its existence in 1880. Today, the sanctuary of Montserrat receives more than 1 million pilgrims each year. Let us pray that the Eucharistic Lord may inspire us to love the most holy sacrifice of the Mass. Long life Christ the King! If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. I encourage you to donate so that I can make more of these videos. God bless.